And welcome in to Pleasant Grove High School KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Coming to you live from Pleasant Grove High School as the Pleasant Grove Vikings prepare to host the American Fork Cavemen. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Please be joined by Brian Brown. My name is Dane Stewart. Brian, this is a great way to kick off Region 4.
Yeah, opening up with I guess they're all kind of primetime matchups when it comes to high school sports for the most part, especially lacrosse, Dane, but an exciting matchup both color-wise. We've got the red versus the blue, but also in two teams that I think are really going to be a factor as we progress throughout the region, start of the region season, and into the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll start by introducing the visiting American Fork Cavemen, wearing the Reds today, and the Cavemen coming in 6-1, coming off their first loss of the season. Dropped the game earlier this week to Brighton, but it's a group in American Fork. Their defense is one of the top defenses in the region in the classification. Offensively, Tate Fisher, the senior returning contributor for the Cavemen, 21 goals for Tate this year. Meanwhile, he's got support with Chaz Mooney, Noah Carlinzi, Bennett Fillmore. There's a lot of pieces here for American Fork, but it has been Tate Fisher who's been the main guy this year for the Cavemen.
Yeah, and you mentioned this American Fork defense is a strong unit as well. Ethan Genesee on his way to Westminster College, big reason for that. The defensemen don't get as much acknowledgement. There aren't as many statistics out there. Maybe that's why I played defense, is because we never had stats when I hadn't played offensive line either. I don't know, Dane. I always thought I had the flair to be an attack, but regardless, this is an American Fork team that they're coming into this contest having felt some adversity, and so we're here today to see how they respond to it. It's going to be a region opener against a crosstown rival, and I don't know how intense this rivalry is between the two schools, but this is a game that both of these programs, if they go out and win today, it really can catapult them forward.
It's good. It's a good rivalry. AFPG, that's no slouch. Starting in the cage today for American Fork will be Daniel Gould, the senior. .505 save percentage for him this year. Meanwhile, for Pleasant Grove, look, Coach Bales, what a job he's done here. Starting in cage for him today will be Connor Day, the senior. He's got a .612 save percentage. But you want to talk about teams that can score. This PG offense, they can score. Dropped 18 goals multiple times this year. In 3 of their matchups have more than 18 on the offensive end. Ryken Davis, 19 goals for him this season. He's not even the team leader. That goes to Josh Penaloot, the senior. Has 23 goals, 14 assists. There's a lot of offense here for the Vikings.
Yeah, and you can see that they want to get off to a fast start right off the bat, Dane. And we've seen in games past that if you can get ahead early and capture that momentum, lacrosse is such a momentum sport. And it's earlier you can capture that momentum, earlier you can get on the board, the better it favors you.
American Fork now with the possessions. They bring it up. This is Fillmore with it. He'll play back to the middle as the Cavemen working it around here. Shot there, that's saved away. Nice job there by Day. American Fork still on it. Cavemen finding in front, and our first goal of the game going the way of American Fork.
Yeah, you see the initial shot there from Carson Forsberg doesn't go. But, again, we've talked about it all season long, Dane. Just stay with it. Keep chopping wood, so to speak, and good things will happen. You see it right there, Cavemen getting on the board first.
You use that analogy a lot. You're like a lumberjack. You got the beard and everything, chopping wood.
You know what? If it wasn't a microphone, it'd probably be an axe I'd be holding out in the middle of the forest somewhere.
First goal going the way of the visiting Cavemen as we're back here to the face-off. And trying to sweep it back there was Dolly. It is American Fork coming away with it. Ethan Genesee coming up with it. Here comes the long pole.
Yeah, you love to watch that face-off factor. I think it plays such an important part of the game. Just, there is, like we talked about before, there is a technique to it, but it's also so much about effort.
That ball couldn't be saved. We'll head out, go the way of the Vikings here. Had the opening possession, and they get it back here after that went out of play. This is Tennyson Bott. He'll play that back with Day. Connor trying to work up through the middle there. Here's Pentaloot. Talk about him leading goal scorer, leading point man for the Vikings. Burst here from Davis. Davis the shot and the goal. Good answer there for Pleasant Grove as they've tied it up.
Yeah, what an equalizer there. You see, not long into the offensive set, Pleasant Grove able to attack this American Fork defense and put that equalizer in. Already, Dane, we're setting up for a really exciting game.
Yeah. Yeah, love the confidence shot there from Reich, and I feel like if you can get it going from the outside and help open things up, boy, that could be such a great lift for the offense. 20th goal of the year for Davis, as he's got us tied up here at 1, just a minute and a half into this one. And American Fork with another face-off win here, Brian. That was so critical to them, their season last year, and showing critical here in this Region 4 opener.
You see in Pleasant Grove not afraid to go out and attack American Fork here on the exterior. They feel very confident in their defense, it looks like, from the early game plan.
When you talk about these two defenses, American Fork, the defense only given up double-digit goals once on the season. That was in that loss to Brighton. Meanwhile, for PG, they've only given up double-digit goals twice, once to Bingham, once to Skyview. So both these defenses, to your point, very confident in their ability to execute.
And you see right there with the shot, this is a sport where once you get the precision aspect of taking those shots down, you can be an absolute weapon out here. But that is an art that really has to be perfected, Dane. I think it's one of those things that maybe we don't talk about enough. And as you watch players grow and go up to the next level and see progression, that's really where the artistry comes out.
I'm sure the lacrosse fans are not going to like this next comment, as that whistle will give it here to PG. But I don't see any shack balls around the field here, Brian. So we might be chasing after a lot of missed shots and out-of-bounds plays today.
Yeah, I see a couple over here on the sideline, but you're right, Dane, there on the end lines. It could get a little disruptive, and that may end up making each goal even more valuable as we see the game wear on.
This ball in the middle, gathered here by Genesee. American Fork looking to set up here once again. There's Squire. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At time we'll start it early, stop it late, that sort of thing, to try to keep it as true to the official game clock here in the stadium as we can. As this work back to X by Fillmore. Being defended by Richardson. Good help coming over the outlet, and the shot saved away there by Day. Trying to get there, and he does. Boy, nice win there for the goalie.
Yeah, really impressive there. A great save by him. You saw the long windup there by, I believe that might have been Carson Forsberg again, but great job on the save. And then the effort to go after the ball. You love seeing that. Especially from our goalies.
Right. PG bringing this ahead. A couple whacks there. Turns into a ground ball. American Fork nearly had it. It is captured here by the Vikings. Isaac Nilsson with it. A lot of space here. Stepping up. Big shot. Bound shot and a save. Good tracking there by Gould.
You can see American Fork a little content to pack it in defensively, right? Allow those longer shots. Gives your goalies more time to react. You got to be really precise if you're Pleasant Grove with those shots.
Transition you can see was setting up for that look.
Another good stop there, right, from Connor Day.
Coming right around. Oh, was looking right in front. Good execution there by American Fork. Boy, not much that Day can do as the Cavemen retake the lead.
It's those one-on-one situations that you always want to avoid if you're the defensive team, but American Fork, again, staying with it. And you say, I do say chopping wood a lot, Dane, but it's that grittiness, that toughness. It's keeping with your task until the very end. See how it pays off there for American Fork on the goal. Got 2-1 advantage, too.
By the way, tip of the cap to OPG. They took care of that ball situation. We now have balls along that perimeter on the edge on the one end. So situation been remedied.
Responsiveness.
I know, right?
It. Can we get a cheeseburger up here? Be a Diet Coke?
They're a little busy,
Balls priority, Diet Coke second priority. Let's see, PG taking possession over here.
In play here. Pentalute works that over. Polister Working back with Hamilton.
See, American Fort doing a good job using their length there to keep the ball out on the perimeter. Hard for Pleasant Grove to find a seam to attack.
Yeah, nice defense there by Squire. You could see that Davis was trying to set up that lane. Ground ball here, and American Fort coming away with it.
Yeah, you love the help defense there, right? And Genesee with the clear to the goalie. Looks like we've got a whistle here, though.
Yeah, out of the crease and back in with it. So they turn it over.
Just one of those awareness situations, right, Dane?
Yep.
And then a shot right off of it. I like pressing it there from Pleasant
Agreed.
Grove.
Yeah, try to attack while that defense is getting back. That was Davis with the shot, backed up here by the Vikings. Hamilton. Boy, that's a tough pass. Deflected as it's rolling through. Captured here by Nelson.
Yes, American Fork very active with their sticks today. Like seeing that getting in the lanes.
Here's Pentaloot. Trying to work around Lisenby. Looking in front, Davis. Boy, look at that help coming up quickly, jarring it loose. PG able to recapture here with Pollister. Knocked down. Can't keep him down, huh?
What a great job.
Yeah. Boy, have the one-timer. There it is, Davis. Running start here, the wind-up, the shot saved away. Gould settling in here early, Brian.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And again, we talk about those longer shots thing. Gives you just that little extra split second to react to whatever's going to happen. And he's doing a great job of that.
We did have a foul here. I think the elbow there, the call. So it'll be man up here for Pleasant Grove.
See, the Vikings have stayed aggressive in their approach and their attack. They're not, sometimes teams stagnate a little bit when they're struggling to get shots on goal or struggling to get towards the net. They've not done that. They've kept the ball moving, kept their players moving. I love to see that.
Most sustained possession this first quarter for Pleasant Grove right here. Polster working back. Quick ball movement here. Davis with it.
If you're American Fork here, you don't want to get caught chasing the cookie, right?
Yep.
Stay where you're supposed to stay.
Davis playing back, working around. Looking in front. That was broken up. Gould able to capture that for the Cavemen. Outlet. Tough to handle. Boy, that was still in. I thought PG thought that was maybe going to head out. It's not the case.
Yeah, 2 early goals and things have kind of settled in, Dane. I guess 3 early goals if I'm counting properly.
That countdown on the final seconds of the penalty. That was just off the mark. Backed up here. And we're back to even strength. Good find, but the shot is deflected. Didn't make its way through. Boy, that was excellent positioning there by American Fork, who are now pushing in transition. I think it was Chris Allen there who got the deflection. Lisenby bringing ahead. That pass off the mark, and the Vikings will have it back.
Yeah, but nevertheless, Dane, like you said, it was a great defensive position. Pleasant Grove able to find the crease there, and it closes quickly as American Fork gets in the way, puts their defenders on the stick, able to create a turnover on possession. And even though the shot didn't fly, you like the effort to advance the ball.
And Genesee there, credited with the little stick check there to help get the possession back. That one nearly turned over. Cavemen now looking to escape. Beeman bringing it up. Lost it. Far sideline. Ball in that wide area dug out there by Cole Pentaloot.
Pleasant Grove has had a lot of success of trapping the Cavemen players over there on the sideline. Doing a good job of staying aggressive in those areas, not fouling.
Inside of 4 to play here. Pleasant Grove will have the possession. Josh Pentaloot working over with Davis. He's got the lone PG goal as the defenses on each side settling in. Davis pushed wide there by Tyson Baxter. And this backed up here by Pleasant Grove.
So the adrenaline's starting to wear off a little bit. Teams are starting to settle in.
Yep.
Stick to their plans.
Talk about Region 4 opener for both these two teams. Corner Canyon started region play with a victory over Lone Peak. That's a good early win for the Chargers. Winner of this game would keep pace with them in the early part of region's schedule. Burst here from Pentaloot. Back to Davis. Davis. That shot was off the mark. Backed up here again.
Pleasant Grove not afraid to pull the trigger on a lot of those shots, right?
It felt like the first 5 or 7 minutes, it was all AF possession. It's been PG for a while now, Brian.
Continue testing that defense, right? And that's, we talk about it a lot, too. You want to keep testing to make sure that he is doing the work that he has to do, right?
Yeah, he stood up to it there. That's a good save. And you get that skip pass, good short shot. The goalie will take it away, looking right in front, and that pass was too tall. A chase here to the corner. And that ball still in play. Oh, how about Day? The goalie able to dig that out of the corner. Great work. And do we have a timeout? Yes, we do. Connor Day able to get to the corner, out physical AF, come away with it, and a timeout taken here by the Vikings. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated, at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at SLRC.
Welcome back. That's what we call a hard in. Boy, they're quick. They got things to do tonight at Pleasant Grove. Let's get going, eh?
Got goals to score here, Dane.
Yeah, that's right.
On the attack again, and I really love this approach from Pleasant Grove, where they're just not afraid to push the ball, not afraid to get into their sets, staying busy, staying in motion.
Boy, that
things happen when you move.
Yeah, that one given away. We'll get it back here. Yeah, we had an offside there, the call. So PG will go man up here again. Second time of the game.
American Fork did a good job to kill the advantage last time around. But again, like we talked about, Pleasant Grove has not been afraid to take shots on goal. If they see something, they want to pull it.
Made this AF defense stay true and stay locked in. See if the Cavemen can continue to do so here, holding on to a 1-goal lead late here in the first quarter. Nearly came away with a steal. That one up in the air. Couldn't be kept in. Ooh. Didn't think it was kept in, but here we go. Cavemen coming up in transition.
I agree with the gentleman in the stands right there as well.
I thought that was out.
I did too. Granted, the sun is in our eyes, Dane, so who knows really what happened on the sideline there. But regardless, AF maintaining possession here.
Yeah, and 2 officials. It's a long field for 2 officials to cover, right? Whistle here will keep it with the Cavemen. Final minute of this opening quarter. Oh, a little bit of room here. Boy, I thought we might see Tate Fisher line one up as he'll peel it off here. Play with Squire. Squire will take the shot. That just wide backed up.
And Connor Day, really impressive so far this game.
Both goalies.
Yes.
Gould's had some nice saves. Oh, backside. Easy goal for American Fork. Easton Wakefield. Beautiful setup.
Sure enough, the announcer's jinx on Connor there, right as we're trying to give him some love. A great setup, like you said, from American Fork. Little give and go. Finds a teammate in front of the net. Great job of being unselfish and knowing where to go, where to find space.
In fairness today, I don't know if there's a goalie in the state who's going to stop that one.
There's not, and that's one of those things where, I identify with goalies in that regard, where sometimes it's someone else's mistake that you have to take responsibility for.
It's a team game, right? And that one, man, just gets lost wide open. AF able to find it, and they win another face-off here. So despite not having possession for, 4 or 5 minutes, what it felt like, AF now with a 2-goal lead and the ball in our final 30 seconds. Oh, here's Fisher. Has room, wind up, and Day able to keep that away.
I like the move by Fisher. Not sure really what happened there on defense. Looked like a little bit of a lapse, giving him a ton of space there.
That one lost, and American Fork boy just couldn't quite possess it. Nearly could have had a late opportunity here.
It's an area that Pleasant Grove's been really impressive in all game long, is chasing those balls and staying with the pressure against American Fork.
Tate stealing it away. Final seconds. Fisher trying to work in front of the cage. We'll have one look. The shot there wound up and wide as that will do it. First quarter of play, American Fork leading PG in the Region 4 opener 3-1. You're watching it live on KSLSports.com.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Okay. Okay.
이걸 어달라거든 슈 아스테 자 똑같은 실투 따자 비올라와 공기도 달라
Welcome back. Pleasant Grove High School, beautiful shot of Utah Lake. Of course, boy, that's about to get an influx of new water for all of our recreationists down here in Utah County. But always fun to come to PG. Great view of the valley here at Pleasant Grove High School.
I just picture you floating around in Utah Lake this summer with your with whatever your flotation device is, a nice ice cold Diet Coke in hand.
Yeah. I used to be a lake guy, and now I sink. So that's not so much anymore, unfortunately.
That's relatable content for you and me both, Dane.
I used to be a skier and could handle my own, but
the knees.
Different state, different time.
They don't hold up like they used to, right?
For me, it's the back, man. Yeah. Don't get old. It's overrated. Overrated.
All the kids out there listening like, okay, grandpas.
Yeah, pretty much. Pleasant Grove here with the possession start of the second quarter, trailing 3-1. Brian, thoughts on that first quarter?
Like you said, I think possession was the thing that stood out the most, and it was American Forks maximizing their little possession, whereas we see a shot on goal there. Great stop there by Gold, the goalie.
Yeah, it's a good rip by Davis.
American Fork was able to capitalize on their possession, and Pleasant Grove just still trying to take shots, trying to break through that wall, so to speak. And American Fork able to come out of that first quarter with the edge.
Here's Mooney. He'll play it ahead into the corner. Really, PG's had good opportunities.
And realistically, the scoreboard doesn't necessarily denote how close a game this has been. I think it's been almost a little bit in favor of Pleasant Grove. It's just been outstanding play by Golden goalie and also that American Fork defense.
Well, you could even argue, the PG defense has had a blip here or there that American Fork has been able to take advantage of. Mm-hmm. It has been a very even contest.
It's just those micro lapses that you really try to avoid.
Yeah.
Things that drive coaches nuts.
Working around, still on it here. Good help there by American Fork. That defense sliding over well. Pentaloot back on it here for the Vikings. We'll work out to the corner. Quick ball movement again. At the point, Davis stepping up. He'll slide over with Polister. Thought about pulling it. Probably a better decision there to resist.
Mm-hmm. Darned if you do, darned if you don't, right? Because it allows that American Fork defense to reset, and you kind of want to keep them chasing that cookie a little bit, but also gets you back into your set, and you're able to try and find something a little bit more high percentage.
Well, I feel like some of it is right now the way Gold is tracking, you got to get a really good look. Is that one denied? Denied a second time by Gould. He is locked in here in this first half.
Yeah, really impressive work from him right there. And sometimes on those kind of garbage pickup plays is where you get the best goals. Being able to stop them both.
Lisenby here splitting the pressure there by Pleasant Grove. Here's Fisher. A little bit of room. Fisher winding up. Bounce shot save. Connor Day there.
Some really great goalie play work. You see Fisher trying to go low there. Try and find the goalie's weak spot, and really haven't seen much of that from Connor Day.
Nice job there by Beeman. Able to come up, regain possession for American Fork as they keep the pressure on this Pleasant Grove D. Fisher being defended here by Bales. Coming around and going top shelf. 4-1 American Fork as Tate Fisher scoring his first tonight.
That's really been his show so far today, Dane. He's done a really good job of isolating himself on the right defender, attacking the net. I've seen shooting from a variety of angles. Really impressive from him.
Good response for the Cavemen. We talked about drop their first game. Well, their first loss of the season coming up earlier this week, and you always wonder how a team might respond. It's been a positive response here for American Fork on the road.
Now you can afford to take a few more chances if you're American Fork. Get a little more physical.
Yeah, look at American Fork. My goodness. Up in the ante here. Is Day going to race back in the crease as we have a flag coming in on the play?
Yeah, it looked like that one was a no-no there. I think that was a cross-check that we're going to get here.
Well, that's one where just possess it. Get the call here. Can't do it. American Fork, that physicality causing problems, and now we will get the call. And it'll be first opportunity for American Fork to go man up. Cross-check. Brian, you called it. Appeared to be the indication.
That's growth, Dane. That's growth. It's been roughly about 20 years-ish since all these calls were going against me, so some of those bad memories being blocked out a little bit. Looking through it.
Brian not calling that one to be critical of players, calling that out of bad memories, apparently, huh?
Some of us are built for the thud life, and some of us are built for the stick life, Dane. And I'll let our viewers guess which one I was built for.
Man up here for the Cavemen, already leading by 3. See if they can add a little extra. I don't know what I was going to say.
A little extra goal action there.
Yeah, they did. There it is. Tate Fisher with his second goal. I was thinking for a little more of
space
gap
yeah.
lead. Yeah, 4-1. Tate Fisher.
All you need to know from that one is Tate Fisher, good at lacrosse. He's done a great job of finding those gaps, Dane, like you said, all game long, and just really impressed. He is so good in the left-hand goal, so tricky to defend sometimes. And I know you need to be great with both hands in this game, but just that little bit of a disruption, a little bit different from the norm.
5-1 the advantage. 4 unanswered here for American Fork.
I love the effort by Pleasant Grove there to win the face-off. They're down in a hole a little bit here, but not downtrodden at all.
Yeah, here's Hamilton with it. I feel like an important moment for PG to get a response here, Brian.
Absolutely. It's still a long, long game left to play, but I want to try and get some action going. Stop the momentum most of all on American Fork's side and get a little bit going in your direction.
That right there has been the thing that's maybe been most impressive. They try to work this in front. Did that crawl in? Yes,
Holy
it did.
Cow.
Oh, one that Gould would love to have back. It looked like maybe a deflection caught him a bit by surprise. PG gets the answer they needed.
And that's the chaotic element of this sport. And you never know when the ball is just going to kind of spin a different direction, spin away from you a little bit, something like that. And Gould's been so good all game long, and that one just kind of trickles across the line. It looked like he even surprised Pleasant Grove a little bit.
Yeah.
With the unexpected goal, but that's exactly what we were talking about, trying to get that momentum back, even things up before halftime. And hear the crowd getting a little more throaty. Good crowd here.
Yeah.
Especially considering the weather.
It's a little chilled. As AF here will start with it. Cavemen working around here up top. Squire. Coming around. Looking in front. Oh, and that one did not. Yes, it did go in. Boy, delayed signal there by the official. I was kind of waiting to see if that crossed or not. He says it does, and it's back to a 4-goal lead.
Well, kind of a chaotic endeavor there is American Fork trying to get in front of the goal. Connor Day gets his stick on it, but again, just not enough strength to keep the ball from crossing the line there. And another one sneaks in for American Fork. They'll take it. Pleasant Grove looks to rebound.
But that's another one, Brian, where they look that kind of backside, backdoor, unmarked, catch, shot, goal. We've seen it multiple times here in this first half.
If you're drawing it up, that's how you want it drawn up, right? And getting those shots right in front of the goal, close up there. And as a defender, you've just got to be so precise in how you're helping in your rotations. Just not able to get there in time for Pleasant Grove. And Cavemen get the goal.
Coming around, that'll be backed up here by Pleasant Grove.
You just see the reactions there by Gold. He's so on top of things in this. See, part of the reason why this American Fork defense has been so good all year long.
I'm actually really excited to see them. It's always hard. Non-region schedules. It's like, well, how good is that, and what will that look like in this region? But you see them flex their muscle here tonight, and it's like, okay, yeah, that defense is legitimate. And backed up by a goalie who right now is playing really confident, you have to figure that could be a really good recipe for a team looking to compete for a region title. Big windup there by Fisher, and he scores it again. His third of the game. It's 7-2.
Yeah. Another great shot on goal, and he is just tough to stop right now for Pleasant Grove. Probably one of those situations where you maybe rethink your strategy a little bit. Is it starting to get a little bit away from you? Again, plenty of time left to play in this one. 7-2. Just need to get that momentum back in your direction if you're Pleasant Grove. And if you're American Fork, keep feeding the hoss. Fisher has been dynamite tonight.
Boy, that one had some heat on it.
Just like I like my burritos, a little bit of heat.
Face-off one. Richardson been good from the spot this year. Boy, that's a tough feed. Trying to look inside there for Levi Einerson. A couple of American Fork defenders there able to break it up.
Let's see what they're trying to do there. Just well-disciplined effort from American Fork. Again, just team defense. Really impressive so far this game. I think it's really done a big reason why they've been able to make that league grow.
I like PG adding some physicality there. Is able to get the clear. And Show just couldn't quite stay in. PG able to take it back. Loose ball push there.
Seeing guys starting to fall a little bit now. Getting a little bit deeper into the second period here. Legs getting a little bit of wobbly. This is where you really want to execute if you're Pleasant Grove. Maybe try and catch American Fork off guard.
Bentalute. PG working this around. Patience here. Pollister.
Again, like we talked about, keep the ball moving. Keep your legs going. Try and create some space.
Boy, slide coming over there, taking away that look for Davis, and that pass going to be extended beyond Josh Pentalute as PG turns it over.
Yeah, looked like he may have been trying to do a little bit too much there. Got caught in a little bit of a sticky spot. Pass goes a little bit awry.
Jarred loose. Back on it here is Fillmore. He'll scooch that wide with Fisher. And we'll get whistles here. Timeout taken by American Fork. Timeout Cavemen. 4:21 to go here in the first half.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
Welcome back. American Fork, Pleasant Grove. KSL Sports Rewind's game of the week. I want to thank Kyle Sanderson, Pleasant Grove, for having us here tonight. Good start for American Fork. On a 6-1 run, they've got the possession here. The defense has been great. Fillmore will play near side here with Christian Levitt. Fisher.
You want to get the ball into his stick as quickly as you can, right?
Boy, good find. Day able to save that one away. Love the idea there, though. Everything spread out, little run.
Fisher's been so good all game long, just making it work with individual effort. Like the play coming out of timeout there. Try and get the rest of the team involved.
Ran around here. Levitt plays out. Again, look at all that space in the middle. Pleasant Grove able to recognize it. Nice job. Skipped across. Levitt will show patience here to Fillmore. Bennett, there is some space. And Bennett Fillmore with the goal. Boy, and that's the danger. You spread everything out. And if you lose that edge, a lot of room to work.
You've really got to be on top of rotations and stopping that direct path. Connor Day does a great job of trying to defend there, but as a goalie, there's just too much space, too many opportunities for the attacker there to get a shot on goal. And sure enough, Bennett Fillmore does a good job putting the ball in the back of the net. Another one for American Fork.
8-2. The advantage for the Cavemen.
Talk about momentum, Dane. You can see American Fork really playing with a ton of momentum now. So hard.
Another face-off win for the Cavemen. Coming ahead, that fended off. This American Fork team feels like a team that can be like the Utah Mountains and just start to get that avalanche going, right? You get momentum, you start feeling good, and they can get rolling awfully fast.
And you have a weapon like Tate Fisher, kind of a go-to guy who can create so many opportunities. It really makes it, if you're Pleasant Grove, it makes it a dangerous situation if you can't start creating some momentum and creating some opportunities to get some goals on the other end.
PG here will start with it. Had a call here. I missed that flag. It'll be another man up here for the Vikings. I think it was a technical. That was a push, was the call. So man up here for Pleasant Grove. Fisher called with the infraction.
And if you're Pleasant Grove, this is a real great opportunity to take advantage of having the best goal scorer so far this game for American Fork on the sidelines.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about his length, what that can bring to the defense. But PG, see if they can figure out how to attack here. Still loose. And American Fork coming away with it. It was Ed Card able to take that away. Back to even strength. Fisher out, but lost it there. Boy, blended right in with that football sideline. And out, it'll be Viking possession.
I feel like that was an attack on us football players, Dane. Jeez.
No, not at all. I just don't recall the last time I saw a ball get lost.
Shadows coming across the field a little bit as the sun's starting to set. It is going to get harder to see some of those balls over there, right? And it looks, uh-oh.
We got a dog on the field, other end. And running away from a photographer. We got a little dog race on the south end here. Meanwhile, PG trying to not get distracted. Flag coming in on the play. The dog has safely been pushed to the track and now out of the stadium. PG still with it here as we approach the final minute of the half. Dowie looking in front, loose as Gould had it. And it looks like we'll be going man up again here, will the Vikings. A slash there, the call.
So trying to avoid all my dog puns here, Dane. For sure a good possession, though. Good thing they didn't have to hit pause on the game.
Hey, yeah. Let's see if the offense can add a little bark here. Man up for this last minute of our first half. Good positioning there by Lisenby. Davis working out. Oh, they were trying that backside pass, deflected out.
American Fork's done such a good job of getting sticks up and getting in the way. Those passes made it so hard on Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove forced to shoot outside there. You see Gold's done a good job.
A nice look there for Levi. Backed up here again by PG. Final 20 seconds now.
Just want to find anything you can do if you're Pleasant Grove to try and get those shots in closer. That's why you see it's such an advantage to have a player like Fisher for American Fork, right?
Yep. We'll get a timeout taken here. Timeout AF. They have the possession man down here for the final 16 seconds when we come back.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
Welcome back here. Final seconds of this first half. AF just trying to run things out. They get it across the middle. Here comes Fillmore. Final seconds. They'll still be man down when we start the second half. They'll hold it, and that'll do it. We've reached halftime here at Pleasant Grove. American Fork leading PG 8-2. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week.
Okay.
You ain't on my level, then shoot. I step inside, got some shit to be allowed. Không nên nói ta là
Welcome back. Start of the second half. Dane Stewart, Brian Brown with you. 8-2, the advantage for the Cavemen on the road. And they will have the possession here to start as they'll wind down the final seconds of the man-down situation. And we're back to even strength here to start the second half. Brian, your thoughts on that first half?
Well, it was all-American Fork there at the end, but it was a closely contested battle early on. Good back and forth. Just saw the Cavemen grab a hold of momentum and not let go. And if you're Pleasant Grove, fresh half, fresh start, opportunity to get back to getting that possession, get some shots on goal.
Good kick out to Fisher. Boy, a quick shot there from Tate Fisher as he scores once again. He has had a monster game today for American Fork.
Yeah, he really has been a monster all game long. It was really, we were just waiting around for Tate Fisher to show up, and you've seen it. Once he figured out where he could attack this Pleasant Grove defense, it's been essentially nonstop.
And that's been one of the closest shots that he has taken today. That one is just about 10 yards out. I've got him with 4 goals, and I have 2 goals that I did not have a scorer for. And so he could certainly have more. That one pops in the air. Coming away with it for American Fork is Dupay. His shot and a goal. Back-to-back goals for the Cavemen to push the lead to 8.
What a play by Dupay. The ball's in the air. He just slaps at it essentially with his stick. His right to the goal. And poor Connor Day, he didn't have really much opportunity to stop that one. And 2 quick goals from American Fork, putting the pressure on Pleasant Grove here.
He's the face-off guy and sticks with it. Hey, you talked about able to pluck that out of the air. Scores his 3rd goal of the season. And he'll head back here to the spot for the Cavemen. This face-off being swept ahead, gathered by Dupay again.
At this point, if you're American Fork, you're content to just kill as much possession as you can, working for the best shot possible. You see a little line change there in the middle of everything.
Got a little lane. It's the freshman, Noah Carlinci, with the path to the goal, and I believe his 2nd goal of the game.
Yeah, great shot there as he's coming in front of the net. Just not a lot of help defense there. Pleasant Grove, a little bit slow coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, 3 goals in the first minute plus here for American Fork. One more, we'll hit a running clock situation here. Face-off win for PG. That one lobbed up and secured here by Cole Pentaloot. We'll see if the Vikings can get their offense going. Dowie trying to track that down for PG. Overran it. Ground ball here, scooped up by Card. Boy, I thought Ed was maybe out there, but he was not.
Far sideline, but a little hard on our eyes,
yeah.
hasn't it?
Wind up, and that one a riser from Fisher. As AF here backing that up. In close, that one was just wide. Snagged by Carlinci. AF back on it here. Worked around, Squire. Oh, that pass too tall. It'll run out. Rare miscue for American Fork. Day here will start it. That one's secured here by Blackhurst. And giving up Fisher. Boy, a bouncer that Day had to fight off, and a nice job there by Connor Day. But boy, PG, they do not look like they're in rhythm here, Brian.
Yeah, just slow start, not getting into their spots, not playing connected. Very different from how they started the game. And just I've seen Connor Day doing a great job still standing in there, blocking those shots. Maybe able to get a little momentum going, allow that defense to catch their breath, reorganize.
Yeah, this is
reset.
Pentaloot up here for Pleasant Grove. Well, that's a tough angle shot. Gould able to dig that out, and American Fork here looking for some transition. Austin Dollar leading that up here with Squire. Going to talk about these two teams, their Region 4 openers. American Fork will take on Skyridge in their next game. Meanwhile, for PG, the test will continue, though. Face Westlake. Oh, nice little head fake there by Carlinzi. A ground ball here. Trying to be captured here by Fillmore. He does maintain it right in front, and Day. Boy, that's an aggressive defensive play, but a good one there for Connor.
Yeah, great job recognizing for Day that he's got to be the guy that takes care of that ball. Otherwise, he's going to face him on a one-on-one situation. That's just a lot to ask of your goalies, especially at this level. You see Day keeping the ball.
Yeah, getting around Fisher there. Fisher being very aggressive here. Boy, that lob tough. PG able to gather it. Here's Richardson. And taken away immediately there by that American Fork defense. That might have been Genesee once again. Long pull here of Ed Card.
You've seen that defense work from American Fork, just a versatile group. Doing a great job getting their sticks in the way of passes.
Wind up,
ball turnover. Sorry,
shot
David.
and goal. No, you're good. Chaz Mooney with the finish for American Fork, and the lead is now 10.
You see, they're just moving the ball so quickly at this point. They're almost scoring at will, right? That
Yeah.
Pleasant Grove defense, it's almost like they're tired. There's been so much action early on in the first half. They're just not playing as connected as they were in that first half.
Well, and this is where, the magic that some early saves can give a defense and can take out of opposing teams. And PG had good looks in that first half, and it was just some critical saves by Gould, and you just wondered, how long, you continue to see that get stopped before it just wears away at you. Here's a tough, boy, that was a pass. I thought it might have been a bounce shot, but it was a bounce pass trying to get to the backside there of Card-Lindsay as he backs it up.
Yeah, I like the thought of trying to get your teammates involved there, but you've got an open lane, almost one-on-one with the goalie there. Bit of a surprise not seeing him take the shot. Love the unselfishness, right?
Yeah, yep.
Maybe one of those opportunities where you want to test Day just a little bit.
American Fork on it. Here's Fillmore, got around. That was deflected. Nice work there by Tread Powell, the junior defenseman. And he's last to touch it. We've got a flag here behind the play. The near side official didn't have it. The backside official did. And so we'll get the call here, and Pleasant Grove will prepare to go man up once again.
Don't believe they've gotten a goal yet in man-up advantages, Dane. American Fork done a good job of killing those opportunities, but for Pleasant Grove, here's an opportunity to try and get some momentum, get back into this one.
Yeah, technical one here again, 30 seconds. Fisher called for the infraction. Let's see if PG can find the back of the net here. Man up. Boy, tripping there. Yep. The trip there, the call. This will be on Genesee.
Now you've really got a good opportunity if you're Pleasant Grove. Captain Obvious over here with this.
That's next level analysis right there.
Dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
15 seconds here of multiple man up for Pleasant Grove. Can they take advantage? About 10 seconds left on the Fisher penalty. Oh, and that one couldn't be corralled. Ground ball. Look at the tracking there by Lisenby. Boy, I thought that first one was 30 seconds, but there's still two men down here, so my bad on that. Here comes Pleasant Grove. Richardson working up. Yeah, they are. They're back to 5. Ha, all right.
You don't want to force the issue here, but still, you've got that advantage. You want to start working the ball around like they were in the first half, Dane.
I was going to say, you could walk out of this and not have a shot on goal. and they're back to even strength. My goodness.
It's just the effort and the intensity we have not seen from Pleasant Grove the way we saw it early in the first half. It's hard when you're down by this many goals, right? Just need one little spark.
Richardson. Good discipline there. Extended shot. Gould saved again.
You like the idea there. You're trying to work up top, take the shot low, but just so many sticks in the way there. And that's, again, we talk about movement and how important that is in the game. As American Fork does a good job advancing this one again.
Yeah, we made mention early when PG scored that first goal. I liked seeing, the strike from the outside, but they really have not been able to work it in front of the cage much at all today, Brian. Every look has been extended, and if you're Gould, it gives you more room to be able to track that, make saves. He's been stellar.
You see as Ed Card advanced the ball there, he's directing traffic even on the offensive end, and that's part of being a leader, and part of the reason why this American Fork defense has been so good, right? Playing together, playing connected.
Another goal here for American Fork, and that is all Tate Fisher. Boy, he brings that double team, the unselfishness to find his guy right in front, and I think that was Carlinzi once again scoring it here for American Fork.
Well, I feel bad for talking over Tate's goal there, but he's had a few of them this game, Dane. He has been an absolute machine. Really impressive effort from him. He's just so good. When you get him in front of the net, he's able to just kind of, almost like Boris Diaw, backing someone down in the paint, and just brings the shot right in over the top. It's another goal for American Fork.
Boris Diaw. Brian, we got to work on the references, man.
Al Jefferson? Not a whole lot of paint play going on these days, so kind of dig deep in the bag, man.
There was a penalty after the goal, so American Fork here are going to go man up. It was called on Powell, so they'll start here with the possession.
Shout out to all my Boris Diaw fans out there.
Oh, goodness. Right in front. Good run and the finish. Scored here by Luke Squire, his first of the game. The assist, I believe, to Mooney.
Yeah, just a great job. Squire cutting quickly in front of the net. Teammate able to find him there, and that's just a tough one-on-one situation like we talked about all game. American Fork has done a great job of trying to keep the pressure outside, really pack in the middle, allowing Gould to see the field, not allowing those one-on-one situations. Pleasant Grove, again, out of place, not able to make the same play. And it's another goal for American Fork.
And I think the first man-up goal of the game coming right there. Ground ball. Coming away with there was Genesee. American Fork back to it. Here's Baxter. 4 to play here in our third quarter. Wind up. Save there by Day on the shot by Fisher.
You can see the isolation opportunity there with American Fork. Just getting Fisher on that side, letting him wind up and take a few shots. Maybe something will go through. It's a little high.
Wind up there. Day again with the save. Couple nice jobs there by Connor. Worked over here with Levitt. Fisher again. Fisher found a little bit of space. Good stick work there by Tennyson Bott. Fisher will play this out with Fillmore. PG, that defense sticking with it here.
I see that.
Fillmore. Outlet. Wind up. Oh, Day. Well, that's a good save there for Connor Day.
And you like that defense from Pleasant Grove, too. Able to tighten things up a little bit, pack it in, make that window just that much smaller. Allow Day the opportunity to make a save. Now the break.
Nelson here will slow it up. As Pentalute waits for offensive reinforcements here. Approaching 2 to play here in our third quarter. PG's not scored in this second half. Been a 6-0 third for the visitors.
Just a barrage of goals early on there, too. 3 right off the bat, Dan.
Yep.
Not the kind of start you wanted if you're Pleasant Grove.
There's out with Pentaloot.
Seeing that aggressive American Fork defense.
Yep.
Really putting the pressure on them now.
We were talking about it at half. American Fork Corner Cane all of a sudden looks really fun. Two teams that we've been very excited about their respective defenses. Could be a defensive battle when that Region 4 matchup comes.
I've been really impressed with American Fork so far tonight. Just the discipline, the rotations, playing together as a unit, really impressive. And that's one of those things we talk about with defense. It's so important. Know what your move needs to be communicating.
Fisher in from the wing, the riser and the goal. Tate Fisher once again.
And talk about knowing what your move needs to be. Tate Fisher knows what his move is, Dane, and it is score goals.
It certainly is. My goodness, what a job he has done today. He's even, got a few dimes. I mean, it's been a complete night offensively for Tate Fisher. And, the thing I love that time is that the way they work it up the field. It's not just one guy running end-to-end. We're moving through the middle on the wing, so many different passes there to get it open, and Tate Fisher able to finish as a face-off win here for the Cavemen.
It's been a complete effort. Even though Fisher has been the one to score most of the goals, you're watching this American Fork offense. They all know where to go when he gets the ball, when to cut, where to stand. Impressive game from them.
On pace to score the most goals they've scored all year long for the Cavemen. Final 10 seconds. Back to the middle here. Patience being shown. As it's backed up here by the Cavemen. And that will do it. The third quarter coming to a close. All American Fork. They lead Pleasant Grove 15-2 through 3.
Okay. Okay. Yun ang malawa din shoot after sa kapasang shit no dala bi alawa hongin no dala so
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products.
So you want to welcome back. Hey, you know what? We got Brian Brown. He's on it, man. Psh, he's on it. Here I'm looking at the wrong thing, and he's already got it taken care of.
And I can click the buttons. We're working on this one.
Start of the fourth quarter here, 15-2 for American Fork. Another face-off win for the Cavemen. It was a third quarter dominated. A 7-0 frame for American Fork as been, well, they were tied to start and tied at 1. And ever since then, they've held the lead.
Yeah, it was a quick start by Pleasant Grove, the kind of start that you need to get off to when you're playing a team like American Fork. And Vikings got that early momentum, Dane. Thought this one was going to go back and forth for a little while, and then American Fork just goal after goal.
It was 2-1 for a long time. PG got that third goal, or AF got that third goal, and thought, yeah, this will be competitive. And boy, they just haven't had a response. That one, I don't think came out cleanly, backed up here by the Vikings.
That's kind of been the story of the game for Pleasant Grove, right? Opportunities early on. They had the edge in possession there for most of the first half, especially in the first quarter, just not able to get those shots on goal.
Yeah.
See, this American Fork defense has been nearly suffocating.
It has certainly lived up to the hype. Would be the 7th game of the year, allowing less than double-digit goals. Certainly appear on pace for that. Here's Polister stepping up. Tough angle shot. Fended off and backed up here. Want to remind you, KSL Sports Rewind will have lacrosse action for you the rest of the way, all the way to state championships. We'll take you to Zions Bank Stadium for the crowning of 2023 victors and catch the rest of the spring lacrosse season right here on KSLSports.com. That pass into traffic taken away once again here by American Fork and Ed Card. And Ed Card, I'll tell you this, that's a name right there. I mean, doesn't that have like actor or something like that written all, like Ed Card? Like, that's just solid, isn't it?
Yeah, Ed Card, I don't know if he's going to sell car insurance or star in the next Jason Bay action movie, but either way, he has been impressive all game long, running that American Fork defense. All of these D-sticks have been
they've been aggressive, and they've been in sync.
And disciplined, like you said, just knowing where to go, knowing when to rotate, and saw Card, the one where he advanced it upfield, calling out, dictating to his offense what they needed to do. You see another save there by Gould.
Yeah, that's a good shot by Polster, and yet you see Gould able to dig that out, keep it out of the back of the net. My goodness, what a game he's had. End-to-end here. McMurray trying to work that down in front.
Not sure if that was a shot or a pass.
Yeah.
He might have tried to bet him pass to his teammate there, and Pleasant Grove tries to clear.
Gould save percentage, it's going to go up. It's 505 coming into this one. It has been solid. That outlet worked around, extra pass for Davis, had the first goal of the game. Not much there.
We talked about it earlier. Pleasant Grove had so much possession there in the first half, just not able to find those seams and those creases.
That pass off the mark, it'll go back to American Fork.
Meanwhile, it's been the flip side of that here in the second half, as it seems like American Fork has possessed the ball a lot more, but capitalizing early on with those 3 quick goals.
I mean, even that pass, that's a one-hop to Card, and here come the Cavemen offense. Oswald here with patience.
Not a doctor yet, but he does have patience.
Hey, I see what you did there.
We're dipping in deep into the bag right now.
On the perimeter here. Stepping up. Mac. Here's Fisher. Tate's still on it. Shot there. That one's saved. Loose ball. Oh boy, we got a Caveman still down here. Just kind of Dawson Wild just getting back to his feet here. He took that one.
Yeah, you see, nice job there by Connor Day to step out, be physical there at the point of the attack, trying to disrupt the shot. Pleasant Grove able to get possession out of it. Looks like we're gonna have looks like the American Fork player there is okay as they get off the field there.
Yeah, that was wild. Good to see him up. Good to see him okay. Still conversing here about what the outcome of this gonna be. I didn't see a signal for a timeout.
I didn't see one either. I wonder if it's just injury timeout as both teams come back out here on the field. But regardless, if you're Pleasant Grove, a chance to kind of take a deep breath. Looks like I believe they'll have possession as they come out of this one.
Yeah, here we go. PG will start with it. Did have a change in the net. Zaire Velasquez, the sophomore, coming on here for Pleasant Grove. Connor Day. I know people are going to look at the goals allowed. 15 is a big number, but, man, it could have been a lot worse had it not been for the performance today of Connor Day.
Yeah, I thought Connor Day did made a lot of great plays there in goal, just a lot of situations where you're asking a lot of your goalie to be in one-on-ones. You see a big, big check there from who else? Ed Card.
And American Fork bringing it up. This is McMurray. So we hit the final 6 minutes here of regulation. Back up here with Oswald. Pushed wide. Able to maintain it through the check there of Pentaloot. What's been the thing, Brian, that's maybe impressed you the most about what we've seen from American Fork today?
Watching Tate Fisher play has been super impressive, but I think it's the connectivity of this team, and that's I steal that term from Quinn Snyder. He used to talk about it all the time, but lacrosse and basketball, there's a lot of carryover in it for those out there who are watching lacrosse maybe for the first time.
Yeah, there's charging, right?
Getting a glare from our producer and cameraman extraordinaire, Vince, there. But, you set picks in lacrosse, right?
But, no, you're right. I mean, the way that you move with the ball, without the ball, right?
Well, and so much about it is being intuitive and knowing where to go, where to find space.
Principles, right? Mm-hmm. Like understanding principles of the game, playing off of those.
Yeah. I'm not sure that Tex Winters could come up with a triangle offense for lacrosse the way he did for the Chicago Bulls in the 90s. But again, just watching this team work together for American Fork has been really impressive. And on the Pleasant Grove side of things, this is a scrappy group. Came out strong, played with a lot of effort and intensity, just a few shots didn't go their way, got themselves a deeper hole, and it's really, really tough. This is such a game of momentum.
Well, I think for me it's maybe the completeness. Mm-hmm. I think you think about that first half, and for PG, there's 3 or 4 plays that end up in the back of the net because there's just a lapse, right? Mm-hmm. And American Fork was attuned to it, took advantage of it. And for AF, we really haven't seen those kinds of breakdowns. It's been thorough. Defense, midfield, offense on the attack. There really hasn't been a gap today in AF's game. And some of those maybe just early, just little lapses for PG got them behind and just haven't been able to dig out. For me, that's because I think PG, the way they came out, showed, hey, we can play with them, right? But it's just that completeness and those small things, to your point.
Absolutely. And if you're Pleasant Grove, this is a great game to start off your region play with because now you know what you have to play up to, right?
Right,
I think
right.
American Fork likely at least after this game, the favorite. And again, they're coming off a tough loss against Brighton, and so they had that same week of practice, right? Knowing what you need to do sometimes is the best thing for both, athletes and also for teams.
Did you say AF the favorite?
Well,
how about that ball movement and the finish? Beautiful goal there for American Fork. As once again, you see that tick-toe pass, backside, goal, 16-2.
Yeah, maybe one of the favorites. Right? The second favorite. The favorite coming out of Utah County.
All right, let me ask you this. We saw Corner last week. We saw American Fork tonight. We have not seen Lone Peak yet. I think most would say those are the top three teams. Westlake right there as well. We saw Westlake earlier this year.
Yep.
Based off of what you've seen, who would you go with if you had to pick a Region 4 favorite at this point?
Well, I mean, the hard part about it is that we've seen this American Fork team just be super impressive in execution and offense, right? And you wonder, does Corner Canyon have the connectivity and the guys defensively to stop a player like Tate Fisher? And if you're able to really get in his way, keep him from being the facilitator of the offense, keep him from starting sort of that momentum, is that going to be enough if you're Corner Canyon? And I'm not trying to get in trouble here on social media, but I think it's going to be a great game and a great matchup when those two teams meet up, because you're looking at two great players in Blake Frankowiak and Tate Fisher, right? And you're also looking at two great defenses. And now if I'm judging both on what I've seen, this American Fork defense looks a little more disciplined, a little more connected. I don't know that I saw the same kind of leadership that I saw from Ed Card with Corner Canyon.
Well, and I think Corner Canyon, that offense, they're going to have to find a way to move Daniel Gould. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think what we saw today was that Gould was really able to make some early saves. He was feeling confident, and PG was never able to get him to really move enough to open it up. Can Corner Canyon make him move and free up, quick ball movement, get Blake on the wing, but can they open up that American Fork defense enough to create opportunities? And look, we'll find out. It's going to be a great game when it comes.
It is, and you see the activity with American Fork with their sticks, and as I'm trying to replay the game in my head from last Friday, this is a Corner Canyon team that really likes to work their set, right, and try to find those opportunities. Does that activity get in the way and disrupt them? We saw it happen with Olympus, right, where they just decided to be more physical than Corner Canyon, and it disrupted them offensively. And on the defensive side, it was just attacking and attacking and attacking from Olympus. Does American Fork have that same ability to just be persistent? It can't all be Tate Fisher.
Yeah. Forsberg kept that in as American Fork here will wind down the final 10 seconds. Boy, a solid effort from the Cavemen tonight. They come on the road. The wind-up there, that was deflected, didn't make its way through. Clock down to 3, and that will do it. 16-2, the final score. American Fork, a dominating win over Pleasant Grove. Brian, your final thoughts and a selection of our player of the game.
Well, it was a really impressive game for the American Fork Cavemen. Started out strong on both sides, but you saw them settle in and just stick with the game plan throughout it. That's a sign of a veteran, well-coached, well-led team, and Pleasant Grove just didn't have enough to stay with them all game long. Shout out to both of the goalies. I thought they were really great throughout the game, despite the discrepancy in the goals. Just the defensive breakdowns for Pleasant Grove, just too much to overcome. Yeah. That, and our player of the game has to be Tate Fisher, right? Fisher, once he kind of took over, that was that, and he settled in nicely, able to get to his spot, able to figure out where to go. Just a really artful performance from him, and led to a ton of goals for American Fork.
Ton of goals that he scored and that he assisted on, and a big offensive night for the Cavemen. 16-2, the victors over Pleasant Grove as they start off region play with a road win. For Vince Francis, Brian Brown, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us here on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, and we'll catch you next week. Again, action all year long right here on KSLSports.com.